Hey everybody, thanks for joining me this morning. It is finally planting day. And I'm going to go over what we're going to use to put in the ground with the plants. And it's pretty simple. And this is basically 7 Plot Club's recipe. Rob at 7 Plot Club. He's actually been pretty helpful. He has been good about answering my questions, no matter how goofy they are. Like I said, I'm learning all this, and hopefully you're learning some of this with me. But basically, blood meal over here is a slow release fertilizer, and it's mainly for its nitrogen. Epsom salt, you'll see there, and I use the garden type Epsom salt, but you can get or use any kind of Epsom salt you want. Just make sure there's no additives in it, because a lot of people use Epsom salt for medical purposes. And a tablespoon of both of those will go in the hole with the plant. The Epsom salt is for it's a magnesium. It also helps with the plant's photosynthesis, supposedly. I don't know how true that is. And it basically helps plants absorb nutrients better. Perlite, put about a handful of perlite in each of the holes also. And then once they're all on the ground, we'll go through and I'll hit them with the Miracle-Gro Quick Start, which I believe it's a cap full is like 2 gallons of water, the mixture. Go through and give the base of the plant a decent soaking with that. And about a week from now, I'm going to use the Miracle-Gro tomato plant food. Now I don't know if I'm going to keep using that throughout the season. The instructions say every 1 to 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes. Here are some of the plants that I got that we're putting in this morning. These are from chiliplants.com, and usually they look a lot better than this. I don't know if they're having problems this year or what. The instructions even tell you to immediately put them outside in the sun and this and that, and I did that, and it scalded the ever-living crap out of some of these. You can see like this right here, like that there, and even some of the leaves fell off of some of these, like this little guy here. You can see the scald on the leaves there. What is this? If I can read it. This is the Apocalypse chili. I got 12 plants from chiliplants.com, and they're not as good this year. Like I said, they don't seem to like they were hardened off like they had been before in the past, because usually you can just get them, put them right in the ground, and you're good. These, not so much. I don't know if chiliplants.com was having problems this year, because I also ordered Dragon's Breath and didn't get it. They doubled up on the Moruga Scorpion, I believe. There's a caterpillar red here. It's pretty lanky, tall, spindly looking, but it seems to be one of the few that are relatively hardened off from the weather. And I'll go through all the different plants. Once they're in the ground, I'll label them and everything, and we'll go through that. It's been a rough couple weeks here in Ohio for weather. Literally, I put these plants in the ground about 2 weeks ago, and it rained and rained and it rained, and they're looking pretty rough. This is the best looking Reaper I have, sadly, and it looks pretty rough. Here's one that's real rough looking, and these crazy little helicopter things came down, which drive me nuts, but whatever. This little guy here is looking real rough. Hopefully they'll recover. There were times where I would look out the back window here and there was standing water in the garden. I mean, like it was a pond. Here's some butch teas here. Again, looking kind of rough. That might be actually sun scald right there. But these guys were swimming for way too long. Ohio weather is kind of weird, unpredictable. It's usually wet and windy in the springtime. That's not uncommon. But last year and this year, as far as the wetness, has been kind of nuts. Here's some of the other plants here, like these bell peppers and stuff here. We're like, heck yeah, bring it on. They really liked the wetness. And some of the more mature pepper plants we have, like this here is the spicy slice. It seemed to do okay. It's got these little white spots on the leaves. I'm not sure what that is. If any of you do know, please let me know. I really just don't know my plant diseases and funguses and problems just yet. So any help is greatly appreciated with that. Here are the seedlings. Get on my own light here. I'm going to pick the best seedlings out of here. Probably 4 or so jalapeno plants. If there are any dragon cayennes that made it, which I think I hardened them off too quickly. And with the weird weather here, there was a day where I brought them outside in the morning and it was fine. And by the time I got home for lunch, it was like storming. Like it had gotten much cooler. It was raining like crazy. And typical Ohio weather, nobody called for that. None of the weather people called for it, but it happened. But here are the seedlings that we've been videoing over the past couple months. Getting ready to put them in. All right, run through the basic planting here. Like I said, this is 7-Pot Club, Robert 7-Pot Club, his method for doing it. Tablespoon of blood meal. Tablespoon of Epsom salt. And a handful of perlite are going to go actually in the hole with the plant. We're going to mix it up a little bit, get in there with the native soil. And the first plant we're planting this year out of the batch from chiliplants.com is a Moruga scorpion. And she'll break the roots up a little bit. Just not anything violent there. We'll just throw it in there, cover it up. Don't pack it down too tightly. You want loose soil. That's pretty much it. We're going to do that for however long it takes, rest of the morning probably. And we're going to hit them all with the Miracle-Gro, if I can get focus, the Miracle-Gro Quick Start. And then we'll mulch it, which we may not do today. We got a lot of stuff going on today, but that's pretty much just the gist of it. Any tips, tricks, any suggestions, comments, please leave them below. And we already amended the soil in the bed, and I'll link a video to that. I'll put a link to the video in the description below. Thanks a lot, guys. See you on the next one.